You guys don't know how much I fumble when I record these. I fumble so much. Dude, and I'm hungry too. I be fumbling so hard in the aspect of I always, literally, there's moments in my recordings where I'm honestly just like, I'm just staring into nothing. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Mariana, and if you're not new, we've been best friends. I've been MIA, and I, for some reason, decided to contact you over FaceTime, and we're just chit-chatting about things that I've been thinking about for the past couple of weeks, because I have not been posting my lovely driveway diaries anymore. And honestly, it got to me. It got to me. I honestly, self-image issues, body dysmorphia, the laziness, I forgot it. My excuse was I always forget to charge my microphone. That was always my excuse. And then when I would want to record, I would forget I forgot to charge my microphone. And at the end of the day, I'm like, you know what? That's the major inconvenience. Now I'm not recording anymore. Or like in the very beginning, my inconvenience was that I had no storage, but like now I can't even say it's an excuse because I have an abundant amount of storage. Like this phone that I'm recording with, like I don't even use it for anything anymore other than contacting, doom scrolling on whatever social media platform I'm trying to doom scroll, or like if I'm on YouTube. That's practically all I use my phone for nowadays. Like I genuinely don't even use it to watch anything. Like I don't have a signal at work. Like I have to use my tablet, and that's because I pay for the service on my tablet. Because I pay my sister's. Well, I don't pay my sister's phone, but it comes out of my pocket, and then she just pays me back. So, but that's my little rant. But yeah, guys, hi. I miss you guys. I miss talking to nothingness in my car. But then I get so tired of talking to nothingness in my... I don't know. I'm just very complicated. It's been a very complicated month. Apparently, Gatorade has been in the microwave, and I'm a Sagittarius, and it's just like... I don't know what's been going on with my life currently. So many things happened. Appointments have been booked. Vehicles. There's a lot of things going on in my life right now. Both my boyfriend's and I's life has just been so all over the place. And somehow now that it's the end of July and it's about to be August 1st tomorrow, things have been better. I'll be quite honest, things have been better, both physically and mentally. Well, probably not for him because he just works so much, but for me, for now, it's been okay mentally and physically. But, and also it's like, I just don't know what to talk about anymore. Like, it's not that I've spilled my whole life already, but it's like, sometimes I'm like, damn, should I talk about this? Is this too controversial? Like, or controversial? Or is this just too much of a TMI? Because, like, I don't know what I can go over the walls with. Like, even though, granted, I don't have much of a huge following in most of my platforms, but I'm just here like, what do I talk about now? Like, I don't know what to talk in the sense of, am I over talking or am I like not talking as much? So, but I was thinking about things, and I'm just here like, dude, I haven't even talked about the time I was harassed at the gym, or like, today I had to take a 1-hour test for an insurance because we switched insurances. And honestly, I've come to the realization that I hate learning. I love learning when it comes to things that I enjoy, but I hate learning on things that I'm just like, why? Or like, I've been so into the whole rabbit hole on TikTok about tampons. Like, and then ice, and then over here about politics, and then how to grow. Dude, it's been a very kind of not productive month for me in my aspect. But that's all I have to say for the time being. I guess we can start talking about the actual story times and like the little things I need to say and stuff. Maybe a little bit of TMI here and there. Who knows? I might cut it out. And that's the thing. I hate editing. I hate cutting out stuff and then having to be like, you know what? should I leave it in or should I not leave it in? Like, what if like this is like the breaking point of people being like, cancel her? So, and then also all I've been doing is I've been trying to stream. I've been trying to do clips, and the thing that I keep forgetting is that you can do clips on Twitch, but you only have a week until your videos disappear. And I've had streams where, like, surprisingly, I've been doing more than 3 hours, like max probably like 4.5 hours. And I forget that I can get so many clips out of them, but I forget that on the 7th day or after the 7th day, they literally disappear. The video disappears. And it's not like I want to download a freaking editing video, whatever, so I can edit them, because on Twitch it's just so freaking easy just to do that little clip, you know, like it automatically does it for you, and you know, it's just freaking easy. The only thing is that I have been having issues with the YouTube shorts because they don't go through as YouTube shorts, so I've been downloading the freaking videos on TikTok and then uploading them there, but that's been practically it. And honestly, I'm gonna be quite honest, I've been so severely lazy just because honestly, I've not been bullied or anything, but it's just like me seeing myself sometimes on the screen, or like, I don't know, I give myself the ick. I'm just like, dude, like, you look so ugly. Like, you need to like better yourself. And it's like, I've always told myself that. There's been no change in regards to that. But in my head, I'm like, oh my god, like, you're just so damn ugly. Like, fix yourself. Put makeup on, do your hair. And it's like, I can do my hair, but I could have done it previously without having the need to cut it, but I had the need to cut it because I just had to. It was during the time that the Gatorade was in the microwave. Like, like, I've had urges to get piercings and tattoos, but I'm just here like, I'm broke. I don't have money for that. Haircuts, yes. Dyeing my hair, yes, because I can do it at home. But it's just been a lot. But anyways, let's get into the story times. I have a couple of stories here and there. They really literally do not correlate. It's just been the aspect of how I've been thinking of talking about these stories for a while. But like I said, the inconvenience of me forgetting to charge my microphone and the inconvenience of me being so lazy has literally changed the game for me. And I need to get back to the routine of not being inconvenienced by minor little things. But so I know everybody, whether you're male, female, old, young, middle age, whatever you want to say, you've been harassed in some kind of aspect. If you have not been harassed and you're the harasser, and if I were you, please stop doing that kind of shit. That's funny. But I had this experience, like, let's say 3, maybe 4 years ago, where my gym that I used to go to near La Vaquita, if you're from, you know, Gwinnett, it's like the flea market up north, almost towards Gainesville. But there was a time where I lived there. I was literally like 5 minutes from La Vaquita, and there's 2 Anytime Fitnesses. One, literally, they didn't open it till like later on, but there was one where I would go that's almost like practically behind La Vaquita. So the thing was that I was going to this gym for a while. Like, I signed up because I was having so many like body issues, but also because I didn't want to be home. Like, this was during the time where I was literally so severely depressed. I was so detached from everything, and mentally and physically, I was just down in the dumps. So I had gotten this gym membership, and I started going to it. I made a friend. If you're watching, hi Jenny. She, you know, we used to go to the gym together and whatnot, or not together, but we would see each other at the gym and we would talk to each other. Like, we literally became good friends. But there was a point where this gym literally I stopped going to because I saw a deer. Anyways, there was this moment where, you know, I would always go by myself, but the thing is that I would go during the nighttime, which is bad to begin with, but I would go after work, and there was this time where I think I was working leg day, and there was this man who came up to me. But to me, I wasn't so really alarmed in that kind of aspect because I would see this man kind of like on a regular basis, and he would talk to everybody. So I literally didn't take it to like to a point where I was like, you need to be aware or wary of this dude because, he's creepy. But at the end of the day, he low-key was creepy because I literally dubbed him the creepy uncle. Like, he looks like an uncle. He could be your uncle. He probably is your uncle. But that was the whole thing. So, but I didn't dub him that until after the first thing that had happened, when he approached me. So he approaches me and he I have my big ass headphones. I have a hoodie on, and I have my hat on. So it's like I'm in the mode where I don't want anybody going near me, talking to me or anything. And this man, he approaches me, and he starts asking me hey, I see you coming to the gym often. I see that you're putting in the work. What's your name? And then that's when I was like, one, you're lying, because one, even if I know I'm putting in the work physically, but honestly, eating wise, I'm not. I'm still looking fat as hell. I'm still looking watery. And when he had asked my name, I didn't really realize he was asking for my name until I asked him, excuse me, I didn't hear what you said. And he's like, oh, what's your name? And I didn't give him my name. I literally was like, oh, my name is Rosa. And he was like, oh, that's such a pretty name. You have the name of a flower. And I'm just here oh, yeah, okay. He starts to try and have a conversation with me. And I'm just here I'm still doing something with leg day. And he won't shut the. And at then I'm just like, hey, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to do my workout and head out because, I just want to do my workout, head out, and go home, and because I have to go to work the next day. And he's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, well, I'll see you. I guess he was like, I'll see you later or whatnot. And from there, that's how it was. I didn't see him for a couple of days and whatnot, and then eventually I had gone to the gym. And the thing was that, what was it? I don't know if this happened before or after, but there was an instance where I was literally parked in the very front because I had gone to the gym really late. And I was just in the car rotting for a couple of minutes because I was just I still don't want to go into the gym itself. So I'm here rotting in my car. And then my second oldest brother, all of a sudden he calls me for some reason. I don't know if he was asking me or telling me or whatnot, but he calls me. And we're talking on the phone. Next thing you know, he comes and he starts knocking on my window door. I think this happened after the incident, the secondary incident, so that would be marked as a third incident. So the thing was that he comes, he knocks on my window, and he's like, hey, I noticed you, are you gonna come and work out and whatnot? And I do vividly remember telling him hey, I'm on the phone, please don't come and knock on my window. And he's like, oh no, it's because I saw your pretty face, and we can walk in together. And at that point I was like, I told you to leave me alone. If you don't leave me alone, I'm going to call 911. And he got scared and literally he walked away. And after that third time, I never saw him. I did see him, but I never really saw him at the gym. So that's what happens. I didn't call 911, but I told him I was going to call 911. So that was practically the third experience. Now the second experience is why the third experience happened. So in the second experience I had with this creepy uncle, I came to the gym, and I was literally in the corner where you are able to stretch or whatnot, but it's the corner where people get trained by trainers. And I'm there, I'm stretching and whatnot. I don't know what I'm working out, but I'm stretching. And then he comes, he's like, hey, I finally see you, I finally get to be here when you're here and whatnot. And I'm just here oh, okay, I know it's my fault. I should have been you know what, I don't want to talk to you, please leave me alone. But I was okay, so I continue the conversation and whatnot. And then he's just oh, I want to take you out on a date, you're so pretty and whatnot, let me take you out, I'll pay for you and I'll buy you whatever you want. And I just look at him, and at this time I'm single, I'm not ready to mingle with anybody who's way older than me. And he literally is just he's literally he's harassing me and asking me and whatnot. And the thing was that I told him I'm sorry, but I'm not really looking into, one, going out with anybody, and two, I'm not really into older men. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do my work or whatnot. And he looks at me, he's like, no, like, it's fine, like, like, you may not know, maybe you're into it, like, you need to try, and I'm just here like, no, thank you, like, please leave me alone, like, I don't want anything with you. And it comes to a point when he literally is like, he tries to, like, kiss me. And I'm just here, and I go like this, and I'm just here like, excuse me? I'm like, I told you no. Why can't you take no for an answer? And he goes for another kiss, and I'm like, no, leave me alone. And then I don't know what else happened, but it comes to a point where he wouldn't leave me alone, and that's when he comes, like, he leaves, and then he comes back, and he tells me, like, did you know that God said he can, that any man can marry as many wives as he wants to? And in my head, I'm like, did this mother really try to quote the Bible? I'm not really that religious to the degree where I know how the Bible is. I'm not here to judge people, but I was there mentally judging this man, because I was just here like, why the hell are you quoting something that may be stated but may not be implied? Like, maybe he, like, the Bible, there's a verse in the Bible that says it, but you taking it too literal and not actually reading more into it instead of, like, reading the surface of it. And he just tells me that, like, yeah, men can have as many wives as they want. So, like, I'm married, and if I want you, I can make you my wife and whatnot. And I'm just looking at him like, if I don't even want to go out on a date with you, why would you think I would want to marry you and become one of your wives? And I look at him, and I'm just here like, you're disgusting. And he's like, what? Like, he was frazzled, bedazzled, and he was like, what? And I'm like, I look at him, I'm like, I may not be religious, but honestly, I don't believe in that kind of shit. Like, I feel like if you're going to get married to somebody, it's because you're fully committed to this one person. Unless, like, you guys agree to have plenty of whatever relationships you want, then that's perfectly fine, to each their own. But no, like, I do not condone it. I don't want that. I don't want you to begin with. One, I don't believe in that kind of whatever nonsense you're talking about. And like I said, I believe in being married to the person that you so-called love and are you going to be with for the rest of your life. Not somebody who literally will cheat on you with another. And I'm not going to be a side bitch. So I told him that, and he's befuddled. That's the word I was trying. He was befuddled because I said that. And he wanted to grab my hand. I'm like, dude, I keep on telling you, do not touch me. Do not talk to me anymore. You're a creep. And I don't know what I did, but eventually he left. And that's when the third incident happened, when he was knocking my window, and I told him I would call 911. I never saw him again at that gym. But then eventually I just felt too uncomfortable to go to that gym. So then I went to the other Anytime Fitness that they had brand open that literally is going north to Athens from La Vaquita. And it was like the same distance from my house, so it really didn't matter which Anytime Fitness I went. But I went to the newest one, and I stopped going to that one. But here's the thing, like, I saw him with his wife and his kids at one of, like, the high school football games where my sister used to go to high school. And I saw him, and like I said, I saw him with his wife and his kids. And he saw me. And I looked at him, and he looked at me, like that movie, like, he looked at me, you looked at him, he looked at me. Basically, that was the whole scenario. And he just had his head down. And I'm just here, like, I didn't say anything, but I saw him, and in my head, I'm like, you're disgusting. Drop dead. Literally that. To me, like, that was my first harassment I had from old creepy uncle when I used to go to the gym in, like, my early 20s. And I haven't had a creepy incident ever since then, just because I literally mind my business and I dress up like a hobo Adam Sandler. So I doubt people would want to approach me. And then most of the time I go to the gym with my boyfriend, so, like, literally, and then most of the people there at the gym already know that he is my boyfriend and I'm his girlfriend. So it's like, there's not that much of a conflict going on, and there's not much of, like, creepiness. But to me, that was the creepiest moment I've ever had. And I literally don't. I hope it doesn't happen to anybody. And if you are a harasser, stop it, because it's not cool. Literally, it's not cool. Like, it's literally embarrassing. I guess I'm just spilling like little story times here and there. But there's this one time where, when I was a tiny little lad, well, I wasn't even tiny. I was literally taller than most of the people that I knew at my age. But I think when I was like, I think it's between the ages of 7 and 8. I think so. There was a point where my two older brothers, they had a stepmom, and during that time, I would go with her, and she would take care of me, and I would also help her clean houses at the same time. So basically, my mom would send me to their stepmom's place so that she could take care of me because my mom had to work. If that makes sense, you know? So there's a point where we went to this one house, and this house literally gorgeous. Like, it was, I don't remember how many stories, but I do remember that in one of the rooms, she had a library and a bunch of dolls. I do remember that. Like, it was such a gorgeous house. I don't remember what they were. I can't say if they were greyhounds. I know for a fact they weren't huskies or German shepherds. I don't think they were golden retrievers either, but they were big dogs. They weren't Rottweilers. I don't know what kind of dogs they were, but they were big dogs. And I remember one time, my brother's stepmom, we go to this house, and she's literally telling me, like, hey, go clean this, go do that. And then eventually there's a point where, like, she's like, oh, I have to go to their outhouse and clean their game rooms. So basically it's the house, the pool, and then an outhouse. And this outhouse is like, I guess, the man cave per se. And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna go clean over there, stay inside because the dogs are gonna be outside. And I didn't know, when she said dogs, I thought she meant like 1 or 2. No, it was more than 5. I'm gonna be quite honest. To me, it was more than 5. And the thing was that I was just a kid. And I forgot she had told me that the dogs were out. And this is where after this experience, I had grown to have trauma towards dogs. Because, let's say, I don't remember how many dogs in total, but like, let's say for example, it was 5 dogs that they had, and they were loose running around the pool. And the thing was that I do remember one time the lady saying, like, hey, when the dogs are loose, none of the kids can go outside because they're big dogs. And I guess I forgot, their stepmom forgot, and I'm just there, you know. Me being so eager as a little kid, I wanted to go to the outhouse, to that man cave, to that whatever you want to call it. And I was just here, like, I was waiting in the back door. And I'm just here. Oh, pupusas! I haven't had a pupusa in forever. I was in the back door of the pool. Their stepmom was heading to that house. And the thing was that I was just like, I want to go see this outhouse. I want to see this man cave. Because in my brain, I'm like, I've never seen a man cave. I literally opened the door and I start walking. Bam. All 5 dogs start attacking me. Not like biting me, like aggressive, like trying to like kill me or tear me apart. They just start coming towards me aggressively, playing, and they're on top of me, they're piling. I feel them licking me, biting me, tugging on me. And I do remember a lot of tugging because I was wearing this shirt that I loved so much. It was like a Winnie the Pooh gray shirt, and they were tugging on it and whatnot. And at the end of the day, like, I'm sorry to all the dog lovers, but me being that tiny, I start hitting them. Like, I start pushing them. I start, like, kicking them. And I try to run, but I can't because they keep on tugging on me. And me being that small, like, I was already... didn't know what a mental breakdown was. I was already having a mental breakdown. I was getting... like, I felt like everything was enclosing in me, and I was getting claustrophobic. I think that was the first time I ever felt what claustrophobia was. Because they were just all over me, on top of me. They were just everywhere. And I was panicking. I was scared and I was crying. And I don't know what had happened. I don't know what noise had gotten their attention. But they were caught. The attention was caught with some kind of noise or whatnot. They literally stop what they're doing. And I run towards the outhouse. And I go inside and I go to my brother's stepmom. And and she asked me, "Oh, I told you to wait in the house because the dogs are out. Did they not attack you?" And me being me, not trying to cause any issues or any problems just because I am with somebody that's not my mom, I'm like, no, no me atacaron. Even though I'm over here like shaking and trembling. And yeah. And then ever since then, I never went back to that house just because I was so terrified of the dogs. And eventually I just stopped going with their stepmom just because I genuinely don't know what happened. I just stopped going. And yeah. I was honestly very traumatized with dogs for like a small amount of time, but then eventually I became a dog lover again because I love animals. But that was like my first experience of big dogs literally like jumping on me. Now if I were to see a big dog, I don't touch them just because I feel like I smell like cat. I'm more of a cat person now. And I feel like if I get too near them, they're literally gonna like chomp my hand off because, you know, the correlation of dogs hating cats and cats hating dogs. So, yeah. It was just, to me, it was traumatizing. I am very sorry for all the dog lovers. I was small. I just was trying to defend myself, I guess. And the best way for me and my little brain, I thought defending myself was literally like shoving and kicking and kind of punching dogs because I literally was getting attacked, chomped, tugged, and pushed, and it was just so scary. And honestly, it came to mind just because, what was sometimes in my mind, I'm just like, oh, there's like little memories of me like remembering like things that happened when I was younger. And honestly, none of this correlates to the thing. Nothing correlates to whatever the video is. But it's just little like thoughts in my brain where I'm just like, oh, yeah, that happened to me when I was younger. Like, I was telling my boyfriend when I was younger, there was a point where I had head lice. It's sad to say, pero tenía piojos. Mommy, if you're watching this, dear mama, I'm sorry, but experiences, my guy. Like, when I was younger, well, I didn't produce said lice. The thing was that, when I used to live in the trailers when I was younger, there was this neighbor to whichever side, I don't remember what side, but it was one of our neighbors. One of their oldest daughter would take care of my sister when she was younger, and she had lice, and then she passed the lice to my sister. And then since when I was younger, my mom, myself, and my sister always shared one bed. She passed the lice to my mom, and then I got the lice. And the thing was that I didn't know what lice was. I didn't know how to know when you wouldn't have lice. I just knew that my head was itchy. And this is a time where I had hair down to my ass crack. Like, my hair was so fucking long that literally, like, it was just so fucking long. And when we had found out that we had lice, for my sister, it was kind of pretty easy to remove the lice from her, just because, like, she didn't have as much hair as I did, or as long hair as I did, and it was just more easier to take it off from her. For my mom, it was also really easy, just because they had fine hair. It was kind of wavy and curly, but their hair was fine. Mine was thick and long. And yeah, like, I had lice. Like, it took me forever to get this lice removed just because of how thick and how long my hair was. And honestly, I had thought my life was over. I'm gonna be quite honest. I thought my life was over, just because also there was this incident that happened in middle school where somebody had gotten lice, but this was before I found out I had lice. And the thing was that I literally was in my own little bubble. Like, I wasn't going near anybody. I wasn't touching heads with anybody. Like, I was literally in my own little bubble. And there was this other girl in my class who had lice too. And the reason why I know she had lice was because afterwards, once I knew what lice was, I remembered that I would see her and she had her hair like, she would always have her hair like this. And you would see the eggs. And I thought that was dandruff, but no, she literally, like, her hair would be dyed, like, let's say she would dye her hair red, and you would see all of the eggs, like, her hair would be like this, the eggs, they were all dyed red. And I was close friends with her. And she definitely had lice. Like, you literally could tell that she had lice on the side of her head. And surprisingly, I didn't get lice from her. I got lice from the neighbors. And the thing was that they didn't even tell us. The only reason I found out that they had lice was because another neighbor, I don't know what had happened, but something had happened. That neighbor told my mom, and then that's from where we figure out we had lice because of them. And like I said, I thought my world had ended. I was like, oh no. At that time, I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to go bald. I'm gonna have an egghead. Like, I'm gonna have to go to middle school and everybody's gonna call me an egghead. And now that I look back to it, it wasn't that dramatic. But it was a lot. Like, I had to miss school. I had to, because they didn't want me to spread lice. But in reality, I wasn't the one who was spreading it. It was that girl that literally had, you could tell she had lice because of the side, how she parted her hair on the side. And if that friend is watching, because she follows me, not the one that had like the eggs right here, but the neighbor, if she sees this, hi. I'm not saying names, but you know who you are. But yeah, that had happened. And there's another experience I had with that neighbor. Like, I wouldn't say we were like best friends, just because the two older siblings, we had an age gap, like a huge age gap. I was more closer to their like second youngest brother, and then they had another brother. But I wasn't say like close as like best friends, but we were more around that age. The second sibling, which was a guy, and there was this one time where there was this one incident. I had gone to their house for some reason. I had gone to their house and whatnot. And also, I'm not here to bash my sister. If you're watching this, hi. I'm not trying to bash you. But this was a time where literally, like, she was just the most annoying person ever. It's basically, I was almost in my teens, I would say. I was almost in my teens. And she was still like a little kid, like let's say elementary school, like maybe a kindergartner. Like, she was the most annoying person ever. Again, I'm not trying to bash you, sister, if you're watching this, but she was the most annoying little kid ever. And the thing was that my mom wouldn't let me go places without her. So I guess I was gonna go play over there at their house, and my sister had to come with me. And the thing was that the second oldest daughter, she had her own friends. Her friends had come over. The thing is that I wanted to be like her so badly. Like, literally, I admired her because she was so, like, she still is. She's a mommy now. But in my mindset during that time, I literally was like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. Like, I wish I could be her. Like, I wish I could have the long hair. Or no, I wish I could have her length of hair. Like, I wish I could be skinny like her. Like, literally, I was just like, I want to be her. But, you know, each person is their own person. But at that time, I wanted to be her. I thought she was cool. Like, she was very popular from my eyes. Everybody wanted to be with her. Everybody wanted to be her friends, and so went out. And that day, I don't know what had happened, but one of her friends, I don't know if my sister was antagonizing her or her friend was antagonizing my sister. I don't know what had happened, but an argument had erupted, and she had pushed my sister in their porch. And the thing is that their porch, like, their seats, they had seats, but they were carport seats. So you could see the metal ends in one of the corners of the patio. And her friend shoved my sister, and my sister almost hit one of the metal pieces in her face. And I got mad. I was like, I don't know what I said, but what I probably should have said is, what the f-? You could have killed her. I didn't say anything, if you want to be quite honest. I was, at the time, I didn't know how to argue. I didn't know how to fight. I didn't know how to debate, or I still don't, but literally, I was like, you could have hurt her. That's all I said. But you could feel like I was getting angry, and I just said, you could have hurt her. And then I guess she said, well, she said this to me. I don't know what happened, but at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? I didn't say anything in my head. I was like, grabbed my sister and I left. I left. And after that, I never went back. I just literally didn't go back. I was just here like, it's not worth it and whatnot. And I think that's when the whole lice thing happened. Or I don't know when the lice thing happened. The lice thing happened, and I definitely couldn't go back. So that had happened. And yeah. Yeah, I said a little, like, those stories are like the things that come to my head that pop. And I'm just here like, dude, this happened when I was younger. How come I never really bring it up or don't talk about it? Like, to me, that shit was funny. But well, this is the end of my driveway diaries, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it's been a while. I'm so sorry. It's just, I'm always in my head. In my head is always such a dangerous place to be at. But thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and do whatever you have to do. I have my socials somewhere here. I don't know where. Don't forget to follow me in my other socials as well. I don't know if I'm going to be posting more of these just because, I have a new insurance, and this insurance literally Bluetooth. You can't use your phone. So I don't have the money to buy a camera, guys. So we'll see how this goes. I probably will still keep it on the context of driveway diaries, but most likely I will be recording them where I stream. But we'll see what happens, and if not, you guys will see this as a normal driveway diaries. Me coming out of work, recording. So, but yeah. Well, guys, please take care wherever you live. I do not condone pew-pews, but if that's what you need to be safe, if you need a taser, the whistle, the peppermint spray, use it as wisely as you can, because nowadays people are so crazy. You don't know what's going on in this world. Like, I'm scared to come out of my own home at this point because apparently ice is everywhere, and there's been a lot of like bodies found. So, but it's not just here in Atlanta, Georgia. It's everywhere. Please be careful. Please be aware. When you leave your home, say I love you to your loved ones. If not, call them, text them, let them know that you love them, because you may come back home or you may not. Most people don't have that grace, that courteousness, that kind of thing. And it's sad, it sucks, but it happens and it's true. So please take care of your loved ones, say that you love them, and go home safe. Please take care. I love you guys. I will see you next time. And I miss talking to you guys. So I love these one-on-one FaceTime calls. But I love you guys so much. And please take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.